going on, YouTube? Boy, do I have a question for you CDL drivers. My boss and I got into a little debate about CDLs and when you have to obtain a CDL to when you don't. So here's how this goes. Boss man's walking by my door, stops by, it's kind of out of nowhere really, says, did you know that you don't need a CDL to drive like a semi-truck if it's for personal use? As long as you're not doing it for commercial purposes, you could drive a semi without a CDL. I said, well, boss, I really don't think that's accurate. I don't have my CDL. I don't really know. At the same time, working with a bunch of mechanics and people that have trucking companies, that I know personally, I gathered some information. Now, I've never, maybe things have changed as well. I don't know. But I still think you need a CDL to drive a semi-truck, even if it's for personal use. So that's my question. Can you drive a semi-truck without a CDL as long as you're using it for personal use? And then I guess, we'll do a couple of scenarios here where if it's a yes, can it only be the tractor only, the semi, without towing a trailer? Is that what qualifies you to drive a truck like this without a CDL for personal use only? Or does that have to be tractor trailer? Can you drive a tractor and the trailer without a CDL? As long as you're using it for personal use. I think either way, I think the answer is no. That's my take on the information that I know and that I've looked up. But I've never taken the test. I've never went to school for my CDL. I think the whole purpose of a CDL is to learn about the air brake systems in these trucks and how those, how they work, about the slack adjusters and checking all that stuff if this newer stuff has that. Weight limits, stopping distances, it's kind of like getting your driver's license for your car, but obviously dynamics change when you drive a bigger vehicle. And then and I think it's a weight thing too, because let's say this is a box truck. Let's say this isn't a trailer. This has a cab on it, and this is the box. And you could drive a box truck that way, that has a gross vehicle weight of 26,000 pounds and under. 26,000 pounds and under. But the minute that truck is 26,001 pounds gross vehicle weight, then you have to have a CDL. So there's a couple different variables there, but I just want to know, can you drive a semi truck without a CDL? Or is this a state to state thing? So you tell me if you have a CDL and you've been to school. Let me know. Let me know. I mean, is he right? Can you really drive a semi truck without a CDL? I mean, I don't know why you'd want to, but or why you would want to drive one for personal use. Maybe you just are fascinated with these things and can't afford a CDL or can't pass the test, one of the two. But anyway, that's the debate. Flipping, I would love to know what your guys's experiences and knowledges on this topic. So feel free to leave your comments down below. Let me know what the situation is. All right. Thanks for watching.